would like our listeners to really give themselves the opportunity to hear what I'm going to say today from not just the listening and what we call your ears. If you can imagine, you're here with us and you can bring your right hand down to your heart and you can bring your left hand down to your womb. I'm going to invite you to receive what's being transmitted through the listening of your heart and the listening of your womb. Sometimes I utilize terminology that's not necessarily conveyed in everyday language, and yet your soul truly knows what all of these terms indicate and represent within the fibers of your body and being. And so even before I ever begin any messaging, I always dedicate whatever flows through me in the living moment to our supernal mother and our supernal father, or what I call the original co-atomic frequencies of the divine masculine in its highest expression and the divine feminine in its highest expression, working together in the sacrament of that sacred union. And so that's really the focus of the conversation this afternoon, because that's the context of the birth canal that allows us to really enter into this evolutionary stream that is the birthing of the new divine human blueprint. And so our focus will be mapping out what's something that I call vertical tantra, which is the fusion of the as above and the so below. All of you have heard of that, of the embodiment of the higher self and the I am consciousness, and how valuable that is to human transformation, not just in the galvanizing of the goddess within, but also the internal balancing that Carl Jung called the anima and the animus, and that is the Shiva and the Shakti, or the alchemy of those twin yin and yang circuitry. And the unique distinction that I bring through, that's kind of my telltale magnum opus, is really the full midwifery of all of this through what's known as the ancient arc of grace. And so when we're discussing the full ascension timeline and what that looks like in our bodies and our cell structures, what was shown to me in both of my near-death experiences is that humanity is actually going to go through this portal to ascension through the arc of grace. And of course, that's out of space and time, so I'm going to introduce it in a brand new context today. And then after that, we're actually going to delve into an immersion experience or a meditation. And then following that, we can do interplay or engagement through questions and answers. So there's our soul map for this sequence. And now I'm just going to ask everyone to just basically close your eyes and feel the inhalation and the exhalation of the rhythm and the pulse and the undulating current of light that is our divine blueprint. What the Shakti principle is known for is how we carry the essence. All the different spiritual traditions call it mana or prana or chi or vital life force. So I'm speaking and directing this message to your inner tantrika, your inner dakini. And it's a gender alchemy term. It doesn't matter if you're listening to this as man or woman. These archetypal energies live inside of each and every one of us. And that's the part of us that knows how to literally infuse this liquid light into our cell structures, into our matter, so that we have this orgasmic experience, right, with our own indwelling, eternal, and immortal divine being. And so the ancients actually referred to this communion with the planet herself as vital for our transformation as a species. Now we're going into the human race context. And that the rising of the divine feminine is actually the rising of the human race into what some refer to as the gem body, right? That we're like this diamond, and we have this diamond body that is a multi-dimensional spectrum of all these different frequencies and vibrations of energy. And yet it's all contained in this one temple. Our body is a temple, and just like the diamond that has all the different facets, we have all our different divine aspects, and so does Gaia. And like Michelle said earlier, the ancients call her Gaia Sophia. She is a living, sentient, breathing being. And my dear friend John Lash calls her Vajra Vilasi. That's her ancient diamond sky Dakini name. And he's with Meta History. If you'd like to learn more from his transcription of the ancient Gnostic scrolls, it's a wonderful resource.